So let's get started right off the rip with the Rose Bowl, what they're calling the last real granddaddy of them all. For those of you that do not know, when the college football playoff expansion happens, we're probably going to get the Rose Bowl played on a time and or day that isn't corresponding with 2 o'clock Pacific time on New Year's Day. And a lot of people have feelings about it, but this game lived up to the billing of the granddaddy of them all. Number 11, Penn State beats number 8, Utah, 35-21. It is the first time in 28 years that Penn State has won the Rose Bowl. And that's saying something, right? Because I was 9, 1995. No, I was 8. My goodness, it's been that long. Kajana Carter running all over, folks. And there is a Kajana Carter reference coming to you. But picking it up, man, game was tied 14-14 at half. And I thought this was really an outstanding football game. We're getting to see guys kind of step up in real ways. We get to see 2 veteran quarterbacks feel like they've been around forever, go at each other. And Penn State ends up saying, no, we got this. We're going to outscore you 21-7 in the second half of the game, really turned it into a snooze fest in the fourth quarter. But a lot of this happened, I believe, because Cam Rising left the game with an injury. Second time that has happened to him in the Rose Bowl in as many years. Sucked. Looked like he handled it like a champ, handled it way better than the rest of us did, watching him come back out in sweats to finish the game. I really hate this for him, and I hate this for Utah, right? Because this was another opportunity for them to go and win this game as the Pac-12 champ. And now we're going to look at the Pac-12 just a little bit different. We're going to look at the Big Ten a little bit differently based on this game. Rising was 8 of 21 for 95 yards, 9 rushes, 56 yards with a TD and INT. Bryson Barnes came in relief. He was 10 of 19 for 112 yards with a TD and an INT. Look, if you're watching the game and you're not watching the box score, you could see how Cam Rising's playmaking ability was what was keeping Utah in the game and would have given them an opportunity, I believe, to win it. Being able to take off and run the ball and pick up what was there, absolutely finding fullbacks just kind of out in the flat open. He's that dude that stirs the drink for Utah. They're going to miss him. I don't know that Bryson Barnes is going to be able to bridge the gap that Cam Rising is leaving, but we'll have to wait to see about that. A little bit more on that to come. I think one of the ways to really think about this is they started with Charlie Brewer before they got to Cam Rising, and now they're going to go to Bryson Barnes, and we'll see if Andy Ludwig wants to go get another quarterback to at least compete with Bryson Barnes as they head toward the final season where they will get to play USC and UCLA and defend their Pac-12 champion for a 3rd consecutive year. All right. Now, I thought as bad as this went from the quarterback situation for Utah, could not have gone better for Sean Clifford at Penn State, who had first committed to Penn State in 2015 and first enrolled at Penn State in 2018. As a matter of fact, talking about, the last time that Penn State had won a Rose Bowl, James Franklin's making jokes about, hey, did Sean Clifford play in that game too? Because it's been around for that long. I really love that this went well for him. 16 of 22, 279 yards, 2 TDs, and in his swan song, having a great time. Matter of fact, watching him run that RPO offense, taking what was there, being able to throw darts over the middle of the field to guys like Keandre Lambert-Smith and guys like Mitchell Tinsley, that was great. I really want this to be such a memorable moment for him, for his family, and for Penn State. Again, they hadn't won this game in this century, and we're coming up on the first quarter of this century. And Nick Singleton, I've been in on for the better part of 2 years now. And frankly, if you're recruiting Nick, you've been in on him too. But now he has separated himself once again, joined elite company, at least at Penn State, right, with his 87-yard rush TD. Kajana Carter, remember 1995, he took 183 yards to the house in the Rose Bowl. And Saquon Barkley in 2017 took 179 yards to the house in the Rose Bowl. That's who Nick Singleton is keeping up with. Now, that also means that Katron Allen's right there, because if you've also been paying attention to Penn State, it's not just been the Nick Singleton show. It's also been the Katron Allen show. So it's 1A and 1B as opposed to 1 and 2. Really excited to see those guys develop along with that really great tight end room. And Drew Aller, who just throws a rocket of a football. They're going to really be fun in 2023. I also thought this was a great time for Keandre Lambert-Smith to show up. Parker Washington, at the end of the regular season, said, I'm going to go to the NFL. Doesn't go through bowl prep. And Keandre Lambert-Smith steps up and takes that wide receiver 1 position, man. He has, I believe, over 100 yards receiving in this game. And then Manny Diaz's defense, I thought that was the biggest step forward for this program. They'll blitz a lot. They'll come after you. That means they got to be able to play man on the outside. And they were able to do that in large part due to Kalen King. Now, Joey Porter Jr., like Parker Washington, had decided to go get ready for the NFL draft. Kalen King steps into that role left by Joey Porter Jr. to carry that secondary. I think they're going to be a lot of fun again in 23. 11-2, but your only losses are two teams that played in the college football playoff, and one of which won the Big Ten championship. The Nittany Lions are right there, man. They should feel really good about how this season went, and they should feel really good about their opportunity to compete for a Big Ten championship in 23 and make their first trip to the college football playoff. Okay, let's go from the Rose Bowl to a game that happened just a little bit earlier in the day, the Cotton Bowl down near my neck of the woods. Number 16, Tulane stuns USC 46-45. If you're watching on video, I checked the score again because I remember being in meetings, right, before this show in writer's room, right, where we're talking about what we're going to do for the national championship and whatnot. And I looked down at my phone and said, hey, guys, can we call this right quick? Because Tulane USC is getting stupid. I said, what you mean it's getting stupid? They're down 15. It's like 5 minutes left to go. Yeah, and now they have a chance to go win the game. Yo, hey, look, all right. Shout out to producer Tyler, who went and got this. Over the last 5 seasons, FBF teams were 1,692 when trailing by 15 plus points in the final 5 minutes of a game. Tulane has just made that 1,692. What a wild ride. This was so much fun. I mean, I went back and I TiVo every game because, well, I invest in YouTube. I like YouTube TV, and I record every NCAA football game there is. Okay. And I go and watch a lot of them, not all of them, but the ones that we got to talk about for the show. Absolutely. So I'm watching this game and I'm seeing what you're seeing. USC's moving the ball, 592 total yards, 45 points in regulation, punted just one time, had just one turnover, an INT, still lost this game in regulation. Mario Williams dropped a kickoff return out of bounds, pinned USC at their 1 yard line. Tulane gets a safety 2 plays later. Just the sweetest play in football. Then Tulane converts 2 fourth downs on their final drive. And Alex Bauman caught a 6-yard touchdown pass from Michael Pratt with 9 seconds left to play to seal the victory. Defense, once again, plagues USC because USC, this wave, this tsunami, this latent SEC team showing up to the Cotton Bowl to say, what's really good with you? Huh, USC? I heard about you. Y'all said that we was going to get railroaded in this game, didn't you? Yeah, I'm moving my head from side to side because I'm feeling it for Tulane. I'm feeling it for the American. I'm feeling it for a program that now has put together the best turnaround in FBS history. From 2-10 to 12-2 with a conference championship and the Cotton Bowl against the Heisman Trophy winner, who, by the way, played lights out in this game. Just ridiculous what we saw from Caleb Williams. Talk about that a little bit more in the show. But my favorite part about this is not the 305 rush yards that Tulane put up on USC. Goodness me. It's that I get to shout out university just up the road from me, Pittsburgh State. I seen you, Pitt. I seen you. I used to go up there for cheerleading and whatnot. There's nothing there but a McDonald's and Pitt State and a strip mall that ain't nothing in it but an Applewoods, right? I'm in shock because Willie Fritz not only played ball there with a mohawk, which I get to say, hey, if you are Tulane or Pitt State and you ain't out here going, Mafia, and understanding that it is challenge day, I don't know what you're doing. I just gave you the Wakanda joke right there. I gave you the M'Baku joke right there. They the gorillas up there at Pitt State. Stay woke, fam. You can have all of this. And they got all of that down at a private school in New Orleans. Check this out. On a day when LSU was playing, after the Saints actually did not embarrass anybody, we talking about Tulane football in New Orleans. Hey, excited for y'all. Really am. Run it back in 2023. Willie Fritz and the gang. All right. Moving from the Cotton Bowl to the Orange Bowl, which was straight last Friday because we got a weekend of New Year's Six bowls, right? I had said before that the college football playoff selection committee's rankings, and frankly, the AP rankings, were really too far down on Tennessee because, yeah, losing Hendon Hooker, no getting around that. That sucks. That's awful. All of us are hurt by that, right? However, the dude backing up Hendon Hooker can throw a football over the mountains and is favorably comparable to Cam Newton for his athleticism because he's an athlete. And Joe Milton showed up against Dabo Swinney's "We built this on name, image, and likeness" in a different way. Okay. And then got railroaded 31-14. They got their 5-star quarterback of the future. He took the job from DJ Uiagalelei. By the way, y'all need to start saying that man's last name. Stop saying DJU. You know, I be messing it up too, right? Get out here, put yourself out there on Front Street, go learn how to say the man's name. DJ Uiagalelei didn't play in this game. Joe Milton did. Joe Milton went throw football over the mountains. And my God, if it's not the most Tennessee thing ever to have a doggone wide receiver out there on Rocky Top who goes by the name Squirrel White, absolutely going to work on them dudes from Death Valley. That was awesome, right? Now, the underrated part about what happened for Tennessee in this game against Clemson is Tim Banks' defense. Yeah, it's for real. We used to be like, oh, no, man, Josh Heupel and that offense, they going to hang the defense out to dry. Not no more. They won double-digit games, and it ain't no fluke, okay? We might get to see the Tennessee of my youth, which would be awesome to see because I remember Peyton and T. I remember what it was like for folks to not want to play that ugly orange team in Knoxville. I can't wait for this team to be great again, and I really want to see Joe Milton come into his own. This man that lost his job to Hendon Hooker, probably saw what was possible with Hendon Hooker, and now has an opportunity to go seize his moment in 23. Everybody's on their flu game in 23. Everybody is ring chasing in 23. I believe in you. I need you to believe in you, okay? Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.